Hello and welcome to another irreverent episode of the Hellion Rebellion Rock and Roll Association, brought to you by your rock and roll librarian, Hollygeist. This week we have lost uh, three members of the rock and roll militia. We will honor them tonight with moments of our respect. So let's go ahead and get that started before we get the regular show started. You know, that's what I do. The first guy that needs to be remembered is Rick Derringer. I don't know much about Rick Derringer other than he's the guy who did the song Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, which I have loved that song since the first time I ever heard it. That's one of those songs you could play on the radio once a day, twice a day. I'm going to crank that one up. That's a good song. Always did love it. The second individual who fell before us is a man who goes by the name of Michael Sumler. He was in, I can't remember what he played, but he was in the group Kool and the Gang. And I don't think he was an original member, but he's been in Kool and the Gang since, the early 90s, maybe the late 80s. He will be remembered, though, because he was more into the idea of fostering the youth and really helping young artists in the state of Georgia to come up in the world. He was all about mentoring these kids who were playing music and things like that. And I mean, he's going to be known as a teacher really more than being a member of Kool and the Gang. And that's something I really do respect and admire about people. And thirdly, we also have James Lowe, who just passed away, and I want to say he was the singer of the garage rock 60s garage rock band, the Electric Prunes. Again, that's I've only been really digging into garage rock for roughly 25 years now. Electric Prunes is one of the ones that are going to show up, and that's one of the ones you're going to pay attention to. Well, he finally lost the fight this week. So let's go ahead, give our warmest, heartfelt, respectful notions to these three individuals: Rick Derringer, Mark Sumler, and James Lowe. Okay. May Rick Derringer, James Lowe, and Mark Sumler find the hoochie coo in heaven, to be accepted, to be the best hoochie coo they've ever confronted, and may the hoochie coo go on within the confines of the soft cell known as heaven. So tonight we're going full on extreme metal. I will admit, when it comes to this kind of music, I love it. I worship it. It's one of the first types of musics that I've ever listened to. However, once spring shows up and summer shows up, extreme cold metal isn't something I normally listen to. However, I got a package in the mail last week from one of my oldest subscribers, a record benefactor known as Clyde, sent me another record. And again, it's much thanks. I appreciate it. I was shocked to see this in the mail. Uh, and he's been doing this for about 2.5, 3 years now, and it's a good thing we see eye to eye because if he was sending me stuff I didn't want to play on my show, I'd feel guilty. But since it's stuff that I do like, I don't so much. But he's a lovely individual. It's really cool to have a fan like that, and at the same time, it's kind of unnerving. But this is what he sent me in the mail. Is a classic, absolute classic, and it's Darkthrone's "A Blaze in the Northern Sky." Easily one of the greatest black metal records that has ever been produced. When it comes to Darkthrone, they have what's called the Unholy Trinity. And it's the record Blazin' the Northern Sky, Under a Funeral Moon, and Transylvanian Hunger. However, that's their second, third, and fourth record. Their first record was actually a death metal record called Soulside Journey. And to this day, I think Soulside Journey is still my favorite of theirs. But I'm probably more of a death metal guy than a black metal guy. But if I was going to refer the youth to black metal, it would definitely be this band, and Blaze in the Northern Sky may be that record. So let's go ahead and get started with some history on Darkthrone. Darkthrone comes out of a town called, I'm going to butcher anything Dutch or Scandinavian, I'm going to butcher. But they come out of a town called Colbolton. The town is roughly populated by 6,000 to 7,000 people. And it is south of Oslo. It's an urban area somewhat, I don't know how far away, but south of Oslo. Biggest claim to fame is that there's a building there, and I wrote this down, called Stabberet, which that building has been in that town since the 1700s, and it's still there today. It is also home to Fenris, Nocturnal Culto, and Zephyrus from the band Darkthrone. When it comes to this band, they're easily one of the first of the second generation 90s black metal bands that I was aware of. They're a fascinating band because you can really see the evolution of this style of music coming from bands like Bathory, Celtic Frost, Venom, Merciful Fate. Even bands like Nihilist, Napalm Death, stuff like that. So there is a direct evolution to this kind of music. In Darkthrone they get started around 87, 88. They're known as Black, Dark, Black Witch, I don't know, something like that. They're one of those kind of bands. And by the early 90s, I'd say 90, 91, they would change their name to Darkthrone. They'd put out their first album, Soulside Journey, which is really a death metal record. And then after that record, they would put out this one, Blazin' the Northern Sky. Easily one of the greatest records they've ever put out. And this is when they would truly become the black metal icons that they became. They're still around today after all these years. There's only 2 members left in the band, Fenris and Nocturnal Culto. And I will say this, even though I do admire some of this music, again, I'd rather it be October and 20 degrees out, but they had a moment in history, probably between 2005 2010, where they were really pushing this hardcore Black Flag, Discharge, crusty black metal aesthetic. And there's a piece of me that actually appreciates that more than the classic Darkthrone. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. But what else do I have to say about another personal thing with me. When it comes to this record, again, one of my favorite Darkthrone records, Blaze in the Northern Sky. Look at that guy flying through the dark. Seriously, look at him. I mean, you can see his hands, and he's like diving through the darkness with his corpse paint. I absolutely love this record cover. Absolutely. It's one of my favorite record covers when it comes to metal, or just record covers in general. Because to me, it's incredibly spooky. You know, it's like Jaws or something. It's just like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. But for years, my favorite vampire movie of all time, and you might laugh at me, is The Lost Boys. I absolutely love The Lost Boys. I could watch that movie once a month, probably. I'm so old, I actually saw that movie in the theater when it came out. There you go. There's my age. And in that movie, The Lost Boys, you see the vampires' perspective from when they're in the air and they're like flying around, jumping on people and stuff. But you never get to see the vampires actually flying through the air. I mean, are they bats? What are they? Are they flying around like Superman? I mean, I'd like to have seen that. And I can't help but imagine this is what they actually look like. Flying around in the dark, attacking people. So it's probably why I really love this album cover. Other than that, let's go ahead and rock some of this. It's a great band. I will always, when it comes to black metal, Darkthrone is easily in my top 5. And I think I'm going to go ahead and play probably the title cut on this. It's probably my favorite song off of this, so let's go ahead and do it. miss it. I'm gonna miss it. I didn't miss it. There you go. Blaze in the northern sky with one of the greatest second generation black metal bands of all time, Darkthrone. Fenris, who is a big part of that. If you ever have like vacation plans or you want to go visit Norway, he does do a vacation thing where he'll hang out with you for 3 or 4 days and take you up into the Norwegian wood and hang out, drink beer, fish, whatever you want to do, and talk about why this area of the world is so influential on the culture of black metal and Norwegian people in general. And hey, I found these pliers in the street the other day, and they're all rusted up. And I'll tell you what, man, tools are expensive. If you find some, pick them up, oil them up, man, keep them. You never know if you're gonna use them. So I hope you liked it. I know this is something I jam once in a while, definitely more in the cold weather. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to my fanatical friend Clyde. Thank you. And I hope to see you next time. Peace be with you. All love.